Welcome everyone to the final countdown of SAP ALM Summit EMEA 2021. While my personal recap is that we had great content, but also I was a little surprised about the great discussions we had. So thank you very much, everyone who's joining for your input from this side. And now over to your recap. Tim, one of our driving forces behind the scenes, is our last speaker for the summit. And it is my pleasure to welcome him. We did save the best for last. So now it's over to our driving force behind the scenes, Tim Steuer, Senior Vice President of Customer Communications and Relations.
Thank you very much, Tonya, and thanks to all of you who are joining me here in the session. What a week. It's been an incredible week, starting off on Tuesday with the keynote days, with everything that followed. So I'm not going to do a recap of everything that happened, but I picked out a couple of things that I thought were rather remarkable. And there's also a little personal story on digitalization that I want to share with you. So let's get started. Let's see what the session brings for you. Yes, we have a disclaimer, but honestly, I'm not going to look too much into the future. So let's skip that. And let's see what did we have. So we had the SAP ALM Summit EMEA 2021 virtual experience. So what happened here? We had 4 days of live presentations and interactions. Actually, the interactions is something that's really very valuable, and it's very hard to do this in a virtual environment. So also a big thank you to all of you who have contributed by asking questions during the 8 hours of keynotes and plenary sessions that we have. Also a big thank you to David Birkenbach and all the partners who really pitched in great proposals for the Almathon. There were 10 submissions overall, 6 made it to the finals. But in the end, there can only be one. Again, congratulations to Vostura and the BPMN creator. We had 47 deep dive expert sessions and 13 pre-recorded sessions. So that's a total of 60 sessions just on ALM alone. Really big thank you to the speakers. It was amazing. And you had the possibility to speak with our experts on 9 occasions. Each expert day, so Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, we had opportunities to do dedicated expert sessions. I thought that was also really good. I listened into several of those. We always had good discussions, and I have some of the results and findings of those discussions also with me. Also, a big thank you to everybody who make sure we had an event. So to all of the speakers and also those who presented, who prepared the slides, with 2 motivational speakers, Dr. Herbert Schuster and Emily Penn, both really fantastic presentations. And we had 27 customer and partner speakers. We never had that many customer and partner speakers. So thanks to all of you customers and partners who shared their experiences. You probably remember on Monday during the fireside chat, there was also a question, what is the SAP crew looking for at the most, and what sessions will we attend? And it was always, we'll see what the customers tell us, because the customers tell us where we need to go. Thank you very much for guiding the way. But also a big thank you to 56 SAP speakers who brought knowledge to the table that is unparalleled. There is no other SAP event where you will have more speakers to be able to talk and discuss ALM with you. But also thanks to everybody who registered for the event. We have over 1,800 registered participants. That is up roughly 400 over last year. That's almost a 30% increase. This is fantastic, and this proves that our topic is really driving, is the driving force between many of the things that you as our customers and partners do. Overall, out of those 1,800 registered participants, we had 770 partners and 570 customers. So like Mark calls it, the ALM friends and family, but not to forget our 460 colleagues who joined us from 75 countries. And I have this list here of countries in front of me. I will not read it out loud, but I would like to share the countries per continent with the highest attendance. And the first one on the list, no big surprise, Germany with roughly 700 attendees leads Europe. The next big group comes from Asia. Big shout out to my friends from India. I know the time was not perfect for you, but also apparently not too bad. Thanks for joining. Thanks for making this a huge success. Also going over the pond now into North America. Thank you to all my United States friends. From you, we had close to 60 guys. Oh, from India, we had over 200. Now from the US, we now take a very, 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 very long flight. No, not that far. We're going to Africa. We have a fantastic ALM community in South Africa. Big thank you. We had great presentations from you. We're always in touch. It's always fun to come and visit and to exchange. So from South Africa, we also had roughly 50 participants. Then doing another flight over to Latin America in Brazil. Thank you to my 28 friends from Brazil who also made sure that they can take everything that there is to learn about ALM and really implement this and use it in the projects. And of course, down under, we still have two rather large SAP communities. This time, most participants came from Australia. So we had 13 participants from Australia who joined, and actually they were also the furthest away, at least that we knew about prior to starting the session. So thank you very much, all of you, for coming. Thank you, everybody, for contributing, and thanks for exchanging also on ALM topics. This is what the summit is all about, and you really make it happen. So, and I brought, as I told you, I brought some feedback with me. So some of the discussions that happened either in the Meet the Expert sessions or in the discussions after the presentations. One feedback was the attendee loved the Elmathon. Well, so did I. It was fantastic to see what our partners put together. And as Mark already put it, when David asked, we hope we can do it again next year. It was a great success. Many cool things to be shown. We also had feedback on stuff that was not fully explained from the get-go, but we were able to clarify. For example, the question, why does CALM not support all the KPIs from the catalog? And Janko nicely explained that it does support everything from the catalog that is related to business continuity, where everything that is related to business improvement goes to the business improvement guys. We also had the question, why do we push Cloud ALM when we still need Solution Manager for so many things? Well, actually, the goal was never to push Cloud ALM. The goal is to push knowledge about Cloud ALM so that you, in your role as customer and partner, understand what it means and also understand what you should expect and whether this is good for you. So we are mainly putting in an education and a rollout focus on it, because we haven't talked about it because simply it hadn't been around for so long. We have talked at ALM summits or educational summits on ALM topics, mostly about Solution Manager for the past 10 years. So we have a little bit of catching up to do. This is why. We also got good questions on the integration between Solution Manager, Signavio, and Tricentis, how it really works. Remember, this was one of the key topics that was exchanged between Stephanie Kübler and Mark Thier during the keynote. And we also had dedicated deep dive sessions on the integration between the three that makes up the Business Transformation Suite. And we'll come to the Business Transformation Suite later today, spoiler alert. And of course, one of the burning questions that came up, and poor Nicola always had to ask the question, when will Tricentis be integrated with Cloud ALM? Maybe the question is, when will Tricentis Cloud be available? And as we mentioned, there's no date that we have to share, unfortunately, but stay connected to the topic. I'll share with you how you can do this towards the end of the session. And trust me, you'll be the first ones to know, because you are part of our friends and family. We also got really good feedback in operations that once set up, once a Cloud ALM itself is set up, the data collection set up to get monitoring data for operational use cases is really uncomplicated. And also thank you very much for also letting us know not only where we need to improve, but also where we have already met or even exceeded your expectations. Similar positive feedback comes also from attendees who stated that the collaboration with the SAT team, specifically the product management guys, works really well. And here also big thank you. I know everybody in product management, you're really busy in designing the future and defining what needs to go into all of our products. Thank you very much for taking the time to listen to customers, to interact with customers, especially also as part of our customer care for SAP Cloud ALM. Thank you really very much for supporting our customers. This is your feedback, goes directly back to you guys. We also got questions, when can Calm handle complex implementations? So this is a question about heterogeneous environments, maybe hybrid environments, but also the question on directly related to when is SAP S/4HANA Cloud Private Edition fully supported in build and run with SAP Cloud ALM. And also both Michael and Janko shared what is currently working in implementation and operations, but they also shared that they are not done yet. There are still things that they believe should be included. And of course, follow our roadmap and also follow our overall communication to find out when those things will be available. I believe Michael said the implementation roadmap or the conversion roadmap is available, and it shouldn't be too long before the content is available. And Janko also made some similar remarks for the operations side. Also, we got the question, well, we didn't hear about custom code management in the presentation about Solution Manager and Cloud ALM. So what about custom code management? Because overall the feedback was really good. So also big thank you to Mark for doing really a great job in explaining and providing candid transparency on the aspects of transitioning to from Cloud ALM to from SAP Solution Manager. Wow, it's been a long day. So he provided candid transparency of the aspects of transitioning from Solution Manager to Cloud ALM and friends of Cloud ALM for customers where this makes sense. And the question there was, what about custom code management? And Michael answered this question. And he said, we're working together with our colleagues from custom code management, and there are discussions about better integrating or maybe even including it in SAP Cloud ALM. So great feedback. Thanks to all of you. This is not all the feedback we got. When I asked our track captains for feedback, they started out sending me all of the questions that you sent, and I thought maybe that's a bit too much. So this is just it's almost like a random pick of what was exchanged, but I think it captures the situation really well. And this also means that you're being critical, and please continue to be critical of what we do, observe what we do, and also let us know where we do right, and let us know where we need to put some more emphasis in explaining the story end to end. We've also been really active on Twitter, and I'm going to go over to our Twitter wall. So this here is our Twitter wall as it currently stands. Out of all of the tweets that we monitor, the majority is in Cloud ALM and the ALM Summit. So here we see quite a few of tweets that come in. Looks like I caught a bad time because this is the overall view and not the individual tweets. But here, of course, we see something from Daniel Enderli. Thank you very much, Daniel, for posting on Twitter and mentioning Cloud ALM and mentioning the summit. But here also see Hendrik posting about sessions. Also big thank you to Becky Doyle. Becky Doyle, the owner in product support for the topic of people, product perspective wise. This is SAP SuccessFactors. Also delivered a great session on how SAP Cloud ALM supports SuccessFactors. A big thank you to all of you who contributed. There is not quite as much traffic on Twitter as there is for an external event when we all meet in person and we have different teams and different tables competing for the most tweets and most likes. But I think this is just the way it is, and we made the best out of this. So thank you very much for also letting everybody outside of the event know that there is something that they should be interested in, something interesting that's going on. Okay, now I will ask questions. You had all week to get your question answered. Now it's me asking the questions, and let me go ahead and let me pull up my little Mentimeter. And while I do this, Ben will put or maybe already has put the link into the chat. So those of you who don't know the drill, please go to menti.com. Menti.com. You can use a web browser on your computer. You can use a mobile device and enter the codes. So enter code 39096115. And once you've made it, oh, thank you, 17 already in there before I even had to explain it. There's a little heart. Click on the heart so I know that you made it. Typically, I ask for at least 50% participation. The good thing is you don't know what 50% is, but I will let you know. It is my personal goal that we go to 60 or 70% this time, because this is your time to give answers, and everybody is listening. So we have 53. Okay, I'll do it one more. Menti.com 39096115. Thank you very much to all of you 53 Mentimeter guys helping here to help us understand what's going on. And this is significantly more than 50%. If I were better in math, I could calculate whether we are 60. For me, it's good enough. Thank you very much. Okay, then let me go ahead and move on. Okay, so first question. How did you hear about the ALM Summit 2021 EMEA? Did you get an email from us? Did you hear about it on Twitter? Did you hear about it on LinkedIn? Did you get an invite from your user group? Maybe DSAG or ASAC or FSAC or Sapiens or any of the other ones in the Nordics? Okay, also here, okay, email invitation still works best. Well, then we are glad that you gave consent for us sending you emails, because then this makes sure that we can keep you in the loop. Well, 55 answers. So email clearly is and remains number one. It's really interesting, you know, when we talk about social media being so strong and so important, it's really more personal network. So friends, colleagues, and certain emails. So thanks for letting us know. We'll make sure we don't abandon those channels, and we continue to use email also to reach out to you to inform you about upcoming summits. Now, the second one is, and this is something where you can enter it, and this will take a little longer, in a description. This is a word cloud. What did you like about the event? So here there is no selection, but you give your answers in a written format. Okay. Okay, you liked food. That's good. You thought it was awesome. Fantastic. Thank you. That's good. It was detailed. Oh, yes, you detailed with lots of demos. We showed innovation. It was live, customer presentations. Yes, beer tasting. Well, actually, that was done by our partner, Vostora. Also, thank you to Eric and team to contributing something completely new to the event. Honestly, I also like that. It was also broad. Yes, we went deep and also broad at the same time. And this is the benefit of a summit over any other event. We have keynotes, we have overview presentations, and we have also deep dive sessions. And you know, I think one year we even had hands-ons, but this is super difficult in the virtual environment. Yeah, we've got questions and answers and communication. ALM Ducky. Okay, ALM Ducky. This is your father. So I have the grandfather of all duckies here sitting with me, always making sure that I I don't do anything wrong here. I stick to the rules and I also stick to the time. So thank you very much for sharing. You might ask yourself, what's happening with the results? Well, we have a leadership meeting on Monday, and I promised Mark I would give him all of the feedback that I got from customers today. So this will go straight into the leadership team meeting on Monday afternoon. Moving on. Now, on a scale from 1 to 10, how likely are you to recommend the ALM Summit to a friend or colleague? 1, like you didn't like it at all. 10, you wouldn't miss it for the world, and anything in between. So let us know how you feel. Well, see, plenty of you are very excited about the summit. So am I. Fantastic. This is really, really good. Sad to hear somebody didn't like it too much, but you know, we're looking for all of the feedback we can get. If you like, you can drop us a mail on the ALM inbox and let us know what went wrong and what we can improve. Okay, 55. Thank you very much to all of you sharing here. Honestly, what you do, we are here about. We're not here for good ratings. We are here to learn how you feel, what's going on. Thank you very much for your honest opinion. And now, of course, about next time, let us know again with a word or 2 words what we should improve next time. There's always things we can improve. So let us know what it is where you think, overall the event was good. There was nothing bad about it, but there's this one thing, and if you would do that, that would be even better. Okay, I subscribe to all of those. On-site live event with a party and some hands-on. Yes, yes, yes. More demos. Yes, that's demos. That's good. Split event, so would be like hybrid. Some more Soulman. Yes, I also saw that in the agenda. We talked a little bit about it. Now you gave the feedback. This is feedback that we need. Okay, we need a real party. Okay, time zone. Yes, of course, the time zone is difficult. For time zones, I do have some upcoming information in just a moment. Okay, so maybe give you like maybe 2-3 more moments to share what we should improve next time. Or even more customers. Well, you know, maybe we can even do like a customer panel where we invite customers to the panel. That's probably something we can do. Or gin tasting. I'm all for it. I'm all for it. Keep those ideas coming. Oh, have it shorter. 4 days is long. That is correct. And for a virtual event, also the overall hours during the day were a bit long, but and better agenda explanation. We actually talked about this today, about maybe better explaining or visualizing what the tracks are and how those play together. That was something, then feedback that also reached me beforehand. Thank you very much. This will also go straight to the leadership team. Okay, and this concludes Mentimeter, and as I promised, I have some more small things to come. And the topic is digitalization. So with digitalization, what is digitalization? This is a bit of a personal story, then going more also into a professional story. Personally, my digitalization started a long time ago, and it had to do with time. I was always used to having those clocks hanging around in our house and all. And one day, and I was really young, and that was a long time ago. I'm not going to tell you what year it was. We had the first digitalization when we moved from the analog clock to a digital alarm. And that was, I mean, it wasn't as fancy as this one. It was something where the visualization was digital, but it was those things that turn all the time. So for me, that was the first time I can somehow remember being exposed to digitalization. Yeah. And then, I mean, I went to school, graduated from college, then started off with SAP. And in the 2000s, there was this big urge to use the internet for everything. It was about e-commerce. It was the day when SAP also started being active with portals, with marketplaces, with those things. And this is when the brand mysap.com was invented. It was in the 99 and 2000, and with great marketing, also good stories and lots of input also from partners. There was also this urge of all of the businesses to become digital. This is what they say, to go to the internet, to make money on the internet, and to be out there, and the most important thing was not necessarily to be there, but don't be left behind. It was about not missing out on a great opportunity. And this move from SAP, that was a very sustainable move. And then those of you who have been in the SAP ecosystem for say 16, 17 years or so, you probably remember, maybe not mysap.com, but you remember my SAP ERP, my SAP CRM, and so forth. And of course, that name was then retired, and the successor was the SAP Business Suite. These come from something very fancy, and then you go to a suite type, and that also was very successful for SAP. And then, coming to more recent events, looking a year back, 3.0, there was also a big trend for digitalization, but it was not driven by the CEO. And sort of like Stephanie Kübler gave it away during the keynote already, and it was also not done by the CIO. But change can also be forced upon us. And big change was forced upon us by the coronavirus. And it was a major impact on all sorts of organizations, all sorts of businesses. And it still is, and it will be for quite some time to be. It was what I found remarkable is that after we learned how to, I don't want to say deal with it, because I think that's really difficult to say, how to work despite it, and how we can still communicate, collaborate, and do business. There was a lot of things that all of a sudden were possible that weren't possible before. And I've experienced this in my professional career. I was able to work with my friends in the US. I have two guys in North America on my team, one guy in a remote city in Germany. And all of a sudden I was working with them as close as with my German team. And we were doing it not on the remote level, but we were doing it on the level as we had worked in the office. So a big thank you to my team here for supporting me, and also for embracing also our colleagues in the remote locations, and really sharing their experiences and always being there for each other. But I believe this is a story that most of you can probably tell as well. So what's next? Well, after digitalization 3.0, you have digitalization 4.0. And this now sort of like closes the loop back to ALM. This is the story that was perfectly described by both Stephanie Kübler, Mark Thier, and also Nico Alec, where it is about bringing the best together in one business transformation suite to manage business processes with our new friends, our new part of the SAP family with Signavio, and also with our partnership with Racentis on business process testing, and the orchestration on ALM, and the intelligence that comes in from the data lake to help you, our customers, prepare your solution for the future, to be future ready, and to take the next steps in transforming your business. And for most of you, it will be the transformation to the cloud. Nothing more to add. We have all of the recordings, and I couldn't tell the story better than any of those three guys did. But for me, this is the next big thing to come for us here in the ALM family, and this is something that you should be looking out for. I guess there will be more sessions on this, and also examples, and hopefully examples by customers and partners, how this is done in real life. I'm really, really looking forward to that. And then once we have done this, once this is in place, maybe then with this business transformation suite, we can just make things work easier. We can have transformations that run faster. Ideally at the push of a button, but I think we need some more transformations for that. But with the integration and with all of the pieces working together, I believe we can make a significant improvement on helping our customers to transform their businesses and to be successful in the future and to future-proof their businesses. Okay, so what else is left to say except thanks to all of you. Thank you to the entire ALM family. Thanks to you, the attendees who come here to learn, to give feedback and to network. Thank you to the speakers for preparing the slides, for delivering great sessions and for always being there for our customers, not only during presentations, but also outside presentations, in expert sessions and also in Q&A. And also a big thank you to the whole team that stands behind it. It's quite a handful to organize such an event in a virtual way. Feedback I got so far was that everything worked fine. Guys, you did a fantastic job. You rocked the summit. Okay, so what is next? I talked about time zones. The next summit that is just around the corner is the ASAC and SAP ALM Summit in North America. It is running from February 1st to the 3rd. It's also 100% virtual experience, and it has the same themes as all the other summits. In the US, it's a bit different. It's more targeted for customers, also targeted for partners, but not going as deep. We have 2 pre-events as foundational sessions to bring everybody, like to have everybody on the same level of knowledge on all of the different offerings that we have. And then we have 3 interactive main event days. And we're doing this together with ASAC, with the user group. I think this is fantastic. Thank you very much to my ASAC friends for the partnership that we have had over many, many years. We had a great summit also last year, this one is next year, February, but it belongs to the 2021 cycle. Registration is not yet open, but if you follow us on the support portal on ALM-events, you will find out once that is available. But of course, there's lots of stuff happening in between summits. So I want all of you to stay connected. And just in case you didn't know, we have 2 fantastic kinds of community calls. One is the ALM community call hosted by the famous Ben Schneider. And that is focusing on all 3 products that we have on an overview level. So on SAP Solution Manager, SAP Cloud ALM, and SAP Focused Run. This is happening on the 3rd week of every month. And just brand new, we have the SAP Cloud ALM Expert Community Call, hosted by our own Tonya Kera. Remember, she opened the summit, and she also closed the moderation by helping me be safe here on the virtual stage. And if you go to our virtual event page, support.sap.com/ALM-events, you see all of our events, and you also have a link to the community calls. Sign up. You'll get an email. You get an email with the next information about the community calls. Network and the expert community call on Cloud ALM will really exclusively focus on Cloud ALM and will alternate between implementation and operations. And again, also here, big thank you to all of the experts who support both events, mostly also from product management. Thank you very much. It's a great service for our customers, and we couldn't do it without you guys. So looking forward to seeing as many of you as possible in those community calls. Having said that, there is nothing more to say except thank you very much. I can't believe it's over. It's been a long time in preparation. We've waited for this week. A lot of time we put lots of good ideas in it. Most of them worked. And now it's already over, but I'm with you. I also truly hope that we can meet again for the SAP ALM EMEA Summit 2022 in person. Don't know when, don't know how, We are scouting locations. We're also, of course, always looking at the overall situation, but I'm cautiously positive that we will meet next year here in Germany. Maybe not with the 1,800 of you, but maybe with a subset, and that would make me so very happy. Stay connected, stay safe. That's all from me. Thank you and goodbye.